Hello, America. This is Uncle Sam, standing true for the red, white, and blue. It feels like freedom today. You want to know why? It's because it's the 4th of July, and you're on the 3rd episode of The Offensive. All right? I want to talk to you right now about one of the greatest presidents in American history. His name is Franklin D. Roosevelt. Okay? He is the reason why we have a minimum wage. All right? He got us through World War II, and he got us through the Great Depression. All right? And guess what? There was one piece of legislation in particular that was a cornerstone of the New Deal, and that was the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, all right? And there's some other important pieces of legislation, all right, to consider as well. But the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 was for a single earner to be able to provide for an entire family on the minimum wage while working 40 to 44 hours a week. Now, obviously, times have changed, okay? You know, now we've got families that work overtime and still can't make ends meet, all right? We couldn't have a more anti-American state of affairs right now in our country and our economy than that. But you know what? That anti-American state of affairs needs to change. In fact, it needs to end right now, because if you're not making a living wage, you're being paid an anti-American wage. And let me tell you something, son. There's no excuse for anti-American wages in the United States of America. The only thing we have time for, and the only thing we have patience for in this country, are for American wages to be paid to hard-working American citizens. And if you don't agree with American wages, then you need to be deported, because you're in the wrong country, son. That's absolutely right. Now, according to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who signed the minimum wage into law, which also means he knows a lot more about this subject than your sorry, spineless Republican senator and congressman at Capitol Hill, and even your sorry, spineless excuse for a Democrat at the Hill that isn't even worthy of the title Democrat that Franklin D. Roosevelt wore so well, okay? Now, according to Franklin D. Roosevelt, no business which depends for existence on paying less than living wages to its workers has any right to continue in this country. All right? Emphasis on living, okay? Now, guess what that means for today? That means that debate has been settled since 1938. That means that debate has been settled since quite possibly before you were born, before your parents were born, and before your grandparents were born. So, that means whoever's standing against a living wage has been wrong since 1938, and this issue is forever settled. In fact, it's the law. It's not an opinion. It's not a suggestion. It's not a nice idea. That's absolutely right. So you keep that in mind anytime a family member is telling you that you are paid what you are worth while you're not being paid a living wage. You can tell them that your Uncle Sam said that is a lying bunch of anti-American hell, and your Uncle Sam's not having that. That's absolutely right. So you never forget when your President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed into law in 1938, and you never forget that true Americans believe in living wages for workers. So guess what? So get out there and support your fight for 15, because I got plenty more to say about that too. You know what? Anybody that stands against the fight for 15 is an enemy of the United States of America and an enemy of the American people. That's absolutely right. And when you're an enemy of the American people, you're an enemy of Uncle Sam's. And that means you're in trouble, son. So you need to kill the program. I encourage you to man up. I encourage you to woman up. And I encourage you to tune into The Offensive. This is time to start taking America back from the oligarchs. And it's time to start taking America back from the corporate cronies and the predatory capitalists that have been pulling us down for way too long. I love America. I love you. And keep standing true for the red, white, and blue.